And sources now telling News Nation that President Trump will hold his third cabinet meeting tomorrow. This meeting happening as the Trump administration faces legal battles over immigration and as Secretary of State Marco Rubio defends his decision to target green card holder and activist leader Mahmoud Khalil for deportation due to his affiliations with pro-Palestine organizations. NewsNation D.C. correspondent Libbey Dean is live at the White House with the very latest. So, Libbey, what more do we know about tomorrow's cabinet meeting?
We're working to learn more about tomorrow's cabinet meeting, but as for President Trump's schedule today, he isn't in the Oval Office and he's got no events on his public schedule. Now, tomorrow, sources familiar with the plans tell me that there is a cabinet meeting set here at the White House. Now, this is the third cabinet meeting of President Trump's second administration. A big question heading into tomorrow's meeting: will Elon Musk be in attendance? Musk, who is not a member, of course, of Trump's cabinet, has attended all of the cabinet meetings thus far. So it wouldn't be shocking if we do see Elon Musk attend this one tomorrow, but we don't have confirmation as to if he will or won't from the White House yet. Now, during President Trump's first cabinet meeting, cameras were allowed in the room. You're seeing video of that on your screen. And you'll remember Elon Musk did most of the talking with the occasional input from a cabinet secretary here or there. But that second meeting was behind closed doors and all about the Department of Government Efficiency's work within each of the cabinet secretaries' departments. Now, the big takeaway was a reported blow-up between Elon Musk and the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio. That reporting, of course, being from the New York Times, something that the Trump administration quickly dismissed and the president himself downplayed.
Elon gets along great with Marco, and they're both doing a fantastic job. There is no clash.
Now, a big thing to listen in for tomorrow, if cameras are allowed in the room during this cabinet meeting, is how the Department of Government Efficiency's work is going so far when it comes to their coordination with the secretaries of each of these departments, because that was a big focus in the last meeting and likely a big focus in this meeting, because we know that these cabinet meetings focused on the Department of Government Efficiency's efforts will take place every 2 weeks or so in the early days of the Trump administration. Kelly.
All right, Libbey Dean, thank you. And for more on this, we are joined now by Democratic strategist Jonay Wartell and Republican strategist Timothy Allen Simon. Great to have you both. Thank you for being here. Timothy, I'd like to start with you. You know, in both of the previous cabinet meetings, Elon Musk made headlines. In the first, he took questions from reporters, and then the second was behind closed doors, where Musk was reportedly clashing with heads of various departments. We don't know if Musk will be at the meeting tomorrow, but we do know last week, reportedly, federal departments and agencies, they were required to submit a reduction in force plan. So what are you anticipating in terms of both optics and substance for Monday?
Well, I think the optics will be to try to demonstrate unanimity or support of the DOGE efforts in terms of the external outward facing. But I think internally there will be disruption or contention regarding the what I would consider the overreaching powers of DOGE, particularly since congressmen representing districts, some of whom may have been won by Joe Biden, cannot really explain in transparent ways why DOGE is not before Congress, which under Article 1, as you know, holds the purse strings. So I think the Republican messaging, which is largely being generated by culture wars, but now where the rubber meets the road, we're talking about veterans being laid off or reduction in entitlement services in other areas. And I think that is going to where the friction will come about. And Republicans have a real job ahead to try to convince the American people that this is the correct course.
And to your point, Timothy, you know, Jonay, Elon Musk's involvement in all of this is something that the left has actually latched onto in their messaging at these town halls that are happening all across the country as well. Now, we've seen from the audience as well this anger from Democrats that their elected officials aren't doing enough in the moment. What have you made of the feedback and the Democrats' response as well?
Well, it's no secret that the actions of DOGE and Elon Musk are incredibly concerning, not just to Democrats, but to everyday Americans who have been on the front lines of many of these cuts and actions taken by DOGE at the hands of Elon Musk. Now, I think what the conversation that's happening across the country around town halls is, what is the accountability structure going to look like for the Trump administration, right? DOGE is a department, an agency that was created by President Trump, and it's been given complete and free reign. As was mentioned, the purse strings of Congress, they don't have the oversight here. And so I think what's been addressed in these town halls is that accountability or lack thereof on DOGE. And I think that the Democrats have been doing a great job in these town hall meetings, raising these questions that everyday Americans have on what is the accountability structure and what will President Trump and other leaders in his cabinet do to rein that in.
Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.